The recently conducted ECCB Financial Literacy and Financial Inclusion Survey revealed data that will inform future steps to building financial awareness and literacy among Caribbean nationals. The survey formed part of the Digital Financial Services component of the World Bank-funded Caribbean Digital Transformation Project, a collaboration between the Organization of Eastern Caribbean States and the Eastern Caribbean Central Bank as a technical lead institution. During the survey, information was gathered on financial behavior, attitudes, and knowledge of persons within the Eastern Caribbean Currency Union and to understand how easy they can access products and services. The goal is to use the data collected from the survey to create a financial inclusion strategy that will help to transform citizens' awareness and access to financial credits and to measure projects towards financial literacy and inclusion. Governor of the Eastern Caribbean Central Bank, Timothy Antwine, said it's time for a strategy to scale up what he has recognized as the need for persons to become financially literate.
I call to action. It's time for a strategy to scale up. We live in a shock-prone world. As a region, we are vulnerable to external shocks, and therefore we must be engaged in a lifelong pursuit of building resilience, including financial resilience. This is imperative for member countries, companies, and individuals. The survey reveals, and I won't say much because the big reveal is going to come shortly, that 1 in 2 persons in the ECCU are not financially resilient. So if I survey this room, I can safely conclude that some of us are not financially resilient.
Governor Antwine called on member states and organizations to get on board in formulating a strategy that will work in the interest of all.
Every citizen should aspire to be financially literate and resilient. So armed with the results of this survey and seized with a sense of urgency, I now issue a clarion call for a coalition of partners, champions, institutionally and individually, to join the ECCB as we craft a strategy to scale up financial literacy and inclusion in the ECCU.
ECCB governor noted that the mission of the regional banking institution is to advance the people of the currency union to the point where they do not merely strive, but thrive.
Could you imagine what our currency union would be if every citizen were financially literate? Let's do that thought experiment for this moment. Could you imagine what this currency union would be if every citizen were financially literate? We would be thriving, I think. Could you imagine if every high school graduate in the ECCU were financially literate? To achieve this, we need our Ministries of Education and the Caribbean Examination Council to make this outcome a high priority. I am sick and tired of people with plenty subjects and no skills, including money management skills. That's a life skill. How could you graduate with 12, 14, 15, or 25 subjects and can't manage a checkbook?
Chrislina John, GBN.